First, I am moisturizing the skin with Embriolysse moisturizer mixed with Proactiv Daily Oil Control. I use all products in which can be applied with a brush. I have found that clients do not want your hands rubbing products into their skin, nor do they want to have to do it themselves. It's supposed to be a luxury service where all they have to do is sit. Next, I am priming with Tatcha's Silk Canvas Primer. Then moving on to priming with Alcone Stop the Sweat, my holy grail product. I have transferred this product into a spray bottle for easier application. I then put a tad more moisturizer on top of that, as it gives the skin kind of a weird feeling if you don't. This product is gold, if you use it right. Next is Mehron Skin Prep Pro. This is a toner to get the skin ready for makeup. I have also transferred this into a spray bottle for easier application. On top of that, I am spraying Mehron Barrier Spray. Last prep product is Smashbox Primer Water. My main reason for using this is because the other prep sprays have kind of a chemically smell. I like to apply this last and it smells amazing. Clients always comment on it. Now I am applying Graftobian Foundation around the eye area with a Real Techniques pointed foundation brush, buffing out the eye area with a Morphe E46 and then the brow area with a Morphe Y7 brush. Next I am applying Inglot's Eye Makeup Base with a Tarte Cream Shadow Brush and buffing that out with a Morphe E46. Now I am setting the eyes with MAC Studio Fix Powder in NW20 with a Morphe E46. Next, prepping the brows by brushing them out with Crown Brush's Brow Brush, and then beginning to fill the brows in with Morphe's Brow 8 palette. Then slightly cleaning up the brows with leftover foundation and Tarte's Cream Shadow Brush for a natural look. Using the James Charles palette, I am starting with the color Code James for a light transition shade using a Morphe B13 brush to do this. Next, taking a Morphe R35 brush and color 10% off a matte burnt orange shade and bringing it lower into the crease. Then going back and forth between depositing color and blending it out with the B13 brush. Next color is No Beans, a matte warm brown. I am bringing that lower into the crease with a Morphe M200 brush. Now using a Morphe E17 brush to concentrate that same brown color on the inner and outer corners. Now I am cutting the crease with Stila's Shimmer and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in Starlight and the Tarte Cream Eyeshadow Brush. The trick to doing a cut crease is to have the client look all the way up after depositing your concealer or whatever you're using to cut the crease. This will create a line that measures exactly where you need to cut the crease. Next, I am blending our outer corner brown with the liquid eyeshadow using a Morphe M200 brush. Next, I am setting the Stila liquid eyeshadow with a light shimmer shadow from Morphe, and on top of that, MAC Pigment in Melon for an extra shimmer. I'm using a Morphe M135 brush to do this. Now for an extra pop, I am applying Urban Decay's Heavy Metal Liner in Midnight Cowboy. Next, I am lining the eyes with Inglot's liner and an Inglot 23T brush. Now I am setting the liner to make it waterproof and transfer resistant with Cinema Secret's Eyeliner Sealer. Voila! Both eyes are done. Now to finish the face, I am applying the rest of the Graftobian Foundation, applying it all around the face with the Real Techniques pointed foundation brush. Now I am buffing out the foundation with the Morphe Y7 brush. Next, I am highlighting the face with LA Girl's Pro Conceal in Light Ivory. Then blending that out with the Morphe E46 brush. Then cleaning up the shadow to make a crisp line under the wing with a random foundation brush. Now contouring with LA Girl's Concealer in Dark Cocoa. Blending the contour out with a Real Techniques contour brush. Now setting the face with a Bebe powder brush and Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Setting Powder. This stuff smells amazing. And then setting the under eye with my MAC Studio Fix powder in NW20 and a Real Techniques contour brush. Next I am doing a powder contour with Kat Von D's Shade and Light palette and a Morphe R1 brush. Now I am applying Becca's Luminous Blush in Blushed Copper and a Morphe R2 brush. Then on top of that, to give a slightly less bronze touch to the blush, I'm applying Smashbox's blush palette in Pacific Coast Pink in the color Rich Pink. Next, I'm applying that highlight with James Charles colors in Ring Light and Face using a Morphe E61 brush. Contouring the nose with a Morphe B13 brush and Morphe's Mini Bronzer in Debutante. Then highlighting the nose with the same highlighter colors as the face from the James Charles palette and a random Bebe brush. Then using a Morphe E17 brush to get the inner corner highlight. Now I'm applying lower shadow with the Sigma smudge brush, using the oranges we used for the transition colors. Now I'm applying Inglot's liner on the waterline with the Tarte liner brush. Try to use the 3-second rule when applying eyeliner to the waterline. Always pull away after 3 seconds so that the client can blink. Now as far as working with lash extensions, so many of you have requested I do a video on how to work with them. To be honest, I do not take too much precaution with lash extensions if clients are wanting to go all out, which most of my clients do because we specialize in weddings. They don't care about the extensions, they care about the perfect look. But there are a couple things you can do to keep them from getting damaged. 1. Use a mascara that is made for lash extensions. 2. If your client wants lashes on top of their lash extensions, try to place these lashes slightly above the lash line so that when they take the lashes off, it doesn't pull any of their lash extensions out. Some clients will not want fake lashes. That is why they have their lash extensions. The problem with this is after you apply shadow, where do you think all the fallout is? All over those extensions. So you need to clean them off. You can either cover it with an extension mascara or clean them off with a clear mascara made for lash extensions. You'll need to apply the product like normal, but also using the wand on the top of the lashes as well. The most important part of this is to never put the wand too close to the base. This will catch where the lash is attached and easily pull them off, along with it possibly being painful for the client. Apply from mid-lash out. If there is stubborn fallout, which usually will be caused from shimmer shadows, I will take a small blending brush with some Filaderme Aqua Placenta Mist and rub it on the lashes to clean them off. This is also a great product to spray on clients after applying Graftobian Foundation before blending it out. 1. It makes it easier to blend. 2. It creates a more sheer finish. And 3. It creates a slightly more dewy look as well. Lining the lips with a NYX lip pencil in red tape.
A zero-sum game that I will lose. There's no zipping past it. Every time you walk away from me, I want you. How could I want you more? Or when did I lose my perspective? Oh God, have I lost it? But my cravings for you so shameless, can't get enough. I've lost you.
Then applying a NYX red lip shade with a crown brush sable lip brush.
But I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you. Telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post. There's no denial, I'm chasing ghosts. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post. Hitting you up, but I'm stuck on.
Lastly, setting the face with Morphe's Continuous Setting Spray and then following along with Mehron's Barrier Spray.